Okay, back again, another live stream broadcast or podcast or whatever that is. So basically, I'm in the weekly intentional free time, just like as usual, and I already tried to do a good behavior recording twice, but the first one is basically pretty short since I basically got interrupted in unintentional free time yesterday when I was basically trying to record a good behavior recording that's basically not very long perhaps, so that's the reason why the first recording or the remaining from the yesterday part of recording is probably less than 5 minutes, so that's the reason I decided to continue the second recording, good behavior recording, and it was around almost 20 minutes. So basically, yeah, I basically tried to do a section in a single recording, so that's the reason why it's basically pretty long. Or maybe because I just feel a little bit tired for some reason. I just don't know why. Maybe because I'm in this week I basically got or need to do a little bit more things than usual, because yeah, I basically need to resolve something that's basically a false alarm. But yeah, thankfully it's only happened once, even though I basically still have so many uncertainty for the remaining week since yeah, it's just recently started yesterday. So yeah, hopefully I always or lucky enough to yeah, have a chance to see the notification earlier, because yeah, at some point when I was basically taken bath, I just feel, I don't know, a little bit worried about the sudden notification. So I basically try to put the phone near the bathroom, even though yeah, it's basically pretty annoying, because I don't know, even though the modern phones are most likely a little bit water resistant, but it's still not waterproof, so I definitely don't want to bring phone when I was taking bath, obviously. So that's the reason I still put outside the bathroom, but I'm just afraid that the notification sound is not clear enough while the water sound is basically pretty big near my ear, obviously, or in the secluded bedroom. So that's the reason why but thankfully there's no alert, and I'm still need to do it once, I guess, in a day after tomorrow, since I basically try to do it 2 days once, because I don't have things to do to go out. So that's the reason why. And basically, the things that usually happen in the middle of the night is also not happen, because for some reason the alert is just getting more sensitive in the middle of the night due to minimum requests. So once there's some error in a very little request, then it will cause an alert. So that's the reason why it's just pretty annoying when it's basically suddenly ring at the middle of the night or in early in the morning, which I used to happen once, even though it's already pretty long time ago. So, but yeah, recently other people's last week have several false alert in the middle of the night, and I don't know whether I will get it or not, because I still have probably 6 more nights, perhaps. I don't know, which is pretty crazy, but hopefully there's nothing goes wrong, because yeah, for some reason this kind of thing is just probably something that needs to be avoided in order to make you relieve your stress, because yeah, this kind of thing is pretty unnecessary, because most of the time it's just a false alert, but still need to see the root cause or just to confirm of what was actually happened. And for some reason it's not as easy as looking the notification, so it's not automatically analyzed, perhaps, I'm not sure. So that's the reason why it's pretty annoying. But I don't know what else that I basically want to talk about, because for some reason yesterday in the unintentional free time I didn't do the good behavior. I didn't do this kind of broadcast because I obviously not enough to do a good behavior recording, so that's the reason why the most prioritized one is still the good behavior recording right now, even though I basically still need to prepare a native language podcast, which I don't know which how many episode left for my articles in my main blog that I can read, because yeah, obviously the remaining parts are mostly on English, so that's the reason why maybe if there's no more native language articles, then I basically need to do it in prompt like this, like live stream like this. But I don't know, I obviously will not try to provide the same content like this with the Animoji, because for the native language podcast I use sound waves from the online video editor, and I don't know whether that is actually an online sound wave animation for I can stream into this OBS, but I still need to change the account obviously, because the OBS account that was used in my old 2013 mid 2013 MacBook Air is still pointed into my main channel, not the native language one, native language dedicated channel, which basically still didn't give me any result or surprising result, because yeah, it's still far from what I expected. But yeah, it's okay. Basically just try to prepare for something in the future. Maybe if there's some people that wanted to see how I have been created when I haven't got a chance to, I don't know, to reach my expectation, perhaps, I don't know. Because yeah, it's always be a story that hopefully can be beneficial for many peoples, because for some reason right now there's not many things that we can be proud of, especially when it comes to life from other peoples, because yeah, after the pandemic's already considered over by most people, and the world is not actually getting better, it's actually getting worse. And yeah, that's actually the saddest part. And for some reason the environment is also getting warmer than usual, so it's also one thing that's probably we try to not notice it, but it's actually getting near the end of the world, perhaps, I don't know. But anyway, so I'm still not doing any college hangout due to this environmental condition, but I don't know, maybe in the end of this week I will probably try to meet with many college friends. I don't know whether it is going to be pretty lazy for me or not, because for some reason it is pretty far from my house, and I basically need to determine or motivate it if there's other peoples that basically want to together come into those places, because yeah, it's very far, and if I basically need to do it alone, I don't think I will have a motivation to do so. So yeah, what else that I basically want to talk about? So basically I'm still actually waiting for several peoples that will come after they basically pursue their dreams overseas, but I don't know whether they will actually come to settle back in the same place or not. still wait as well for the place that I can focus on creating a productivity, personal productivity content, which I'm just not sure, and I'm actually a little bit worried, or maybe have well, have a big worries in terms of the result if I basically try to focus only on those personal productivity things. But at some point, I just realized that the purpose that I basically want to move into a new place is actually not just focus on creating more personal productivity content that have uncertainty result, because yeah, I have already tried to create many content, but none of them are goes the way that I expected. So that's the reason why. The other reason is probably I want to make myself a better person in terms of physically and also spiritually, perhaps. I don't know, because yeah, it's basically doesn't will obviously not make me have some additional things to make me proud, perhaps, but at least it's still something that I myself can consider a better things rather than just doing the same thing for the last 4 years, perhaps for almost 4 years of working in the same place, even though there is some uncertainty in the future that I will need to work at the same place like other people's for a small period of time, but it's happened over and over again. And yeah, it's still but those kind of information is still not confirmed in such of rules that everybody must obey or agree, perhaps. I don't know. So it's already 12 minutes, so I don't know what else that I basically want to talk about, because for some reason most of the things that I try to explain is a little bit hard to say, because I don't know. Maybe obviously it's because I definitely not a native language speaker, and I'm not really good at public speaking as well in many language. Even on my own native language, I basically not really good on explaining about things unless it was a conversation in some sort of dialogue with my friends. Then yeah, it probably a little bit easier to speak up. But yeah, it's still not something that considered explanatory, perhaps, or descriptive. It's or narrative. It's more like question and answers. So yeah, but probably happens over and over again. So that's the reason why it's still a long conversation. But yeah, it's not focused on a single topic, obviously. And what else that I basically want to talk about? So I think I will try to end this stream. Perhaps I want to do the native language podcast, which I basically still have one more episode remaining for the season that I already tried to prepare. So I don't know how many episodes that I can record in this day, because yeah, basically will run out of episode that I need to schedule and upload in order to maintain the consistency of 2 days a single upload. So that's the reason why I think yeah, that's all that I can say. Thank you. And I didn't notice that my iPhone battery is already below